My proposal that I will be talking about today will be about mental skills training in a young gymnast, specifically ranging from the age of like 9 to 18. Why I think it's important that gymnasts get this mental skills training is because gymnastics is not just a physical sport, it is just as mental as it is physical. And I feel like the youth in that age range is usually where kids are having things going on in their lives at home, at school, at practice, and the skills not only are getting harder physically, but they get a little more challenging mentally due to the toughness and how scary or scared the athlete may be. So my proposal would start by meeting a gym owner where this is needed, whether it's athletes have mental skill blocks, they're not performing their skills, they just need it, you know? So my program would start by talking to the owner and head coach about why they feel their athletes need mental skills training. If they need it only on specific events, if they need it all around, whatever it might be. And maybe they don't even know what mental skills are, which mental skills would be things such as self-talk, centering the girls centering themselves as they walk in the door, motivation and visualization. I think those are the key 4 that gymnasts would benefit from specifically. After talking to the head coach and the owners of the gym, I think then I would gather the girls into one large group just to talk about mental skills, why they are important, why they should take the training seriously, and how much they can benefit them. Not only will the girls benefit from the skills just throughout their lives, those are skills you can use throughout your life, but also in the gym, they'll feel more confident, their performance will be better, the longevity of their careers could be better, and gymnastics is a scary sport, you know? I feel like it would help them be more willing to put in effort and be more willing to try. So after talking to them in a big group, I would then separate them by age. So I would do 9 to 11, 11 to 12, 13 to 14, 15 to 16, 17 to 18. Kind of how grades would be or school. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So I feel like by dividing them up in groups, girls are very chatty people. We like to talk, we like to mess around just like how boys do. So I think dividing them up, it will allow for a more one-on-one workshop than just all as a group where you can't pay attention to all of the athletes at the same time. I've been a gymnastics coach and I couldn't imagine coaching 30 girls on one event at one time and expecting the results of that rotation to go successfully. It usually is better when groups are of 10 to 12, especially with one person. Even coaching, they limit you on how many girls you can work with at a time. I think that still applies to this mental skills training. So taking the groups one by one, maybe splitting it up for 2 weeks and then come back 2 months later to do the same thing, just to get a refresher, make sure that they're using these skills that we're learning. But I would like to go to event by event, so vault, bars, beam, floor, and train on all of those. And then honestly, I would like to train with conditioning too. That includes weightlifting, cardio, exercises that only pertain to using your body weight. That's a main thing of gymnastics training. And for the main 4 apparatuses though, the beams, I would have gymnasts stand on each end of the beam, because then you're looking at it. You'd be looking at each other, but you're gonna end up closing your eyes anyways. I would like the athletes for visualization to close their eyes and visualize themselves doing gymnastics. This was how they will all in all do it on all 4 events, but close their eyes and visualize themselves doing the most perfect routine. Even if they've never done a perfect routine, visualize that they can. And that would be from their point of view. What do you see when you're doing the gymnastics? What do you see when you lay on the mat? What are you spotting when you do your turn? And just kind of visualizing what it would feel like to be perfect from their point of view. So not only would we spend time doing that though, I would want the gymnast to visualize a perfect routine from a judge's point of view or a coach's point of view. So close their eyes and see literally what it would look like if they were watching themselves do gymnastics. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
So those, like, I mean, we had a mental skills training session when I did gymnastics, and we did it on all 4 events, and like, it's something I still do today, even though I don't do gymnastics. I'll close my eyes if I need to center myself. I think it would benefit gyms, gymnasts, teams. Yeah. What do you think of that so far?
I think that sounds amazing.
Do you think that that would be beneficial to gymnastics programs?
Yes. I think it would help out all sports.
Yeah. I think that, especially like working in like the smaller groups, it would also give us the opportunity to discuss what we discussed as a whole when we talked about mental skills and why they're important and how they can benefit the athletes. I think even getting into more detail when they're in smaller groups would allow for them to ask questions, discuss as a group and with each other what that might look like for each individual, because it might not work for every person, but if they can work with each other when I won't be there to train them, I think that it will continue on.
Correct.
And as like future adjustments, I think like coming back every couple months, maybe it's every 3 months, maybe it's every 6 months, maybe it's annually, that we have someone come back in and make sure that they're still working on that mental training and seeing how it's developed over the years.
That sounds like a good plan.
Do you like the proposal?
Yeah.
Okay. That was nice meeting you.
Thank you.
Do you want to end the video?